So we made it to Birmingham for the Sherlock convention.
Yes!
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sherlock Birmingham!
And where are we going now?
Away from the convention!
Hooray!
So welcome to the Deductionist. We're here at Sherlock, the official BBC Sherlock convention. 2017. We're giving a panel on deduction tomorrow. How cool is that? But largely for today and tomorrow, we're doing deduction games, performance-based stuff. For the good folks of the Sherlock convention, they can come to my table, talk to me, do some close-up stuff. And we're going to be filming all of it, so hope you enjoy it. Yeah?
Yep.
And a symbol. Based on something. Other than Sherlock, do you have any hobbies, interests? Keep saying the word. Like, if it's a thing, like we did with the places, just imagine. Right? What is it you do with cars? Do you fix them, or do you design them, or just like them? So you like the look of them then, so it's going to be something that's not particularly boring. It's going to be something that's quite popular. Can I see? Volkswagen, yeah?
Yeah. No way!
Just for grins and giggles.
Just to show how reliable technology is. Look at that.
Technology's
Look
fine.
at the response.
Yeah, it's me, isn't it? I swear it's me.
Technology's fine, it's just Ben that has the issue.
It's on. It's on. Okay. So, first thing that came up from the live feed yesterday was a live demonstration. So we're filming this for the web series as well. They can't see it. Yeah. So we're filming this for the web series as well. But we're just going to try something. Now, my usual thing that I say behind the camera is that if it works, people will see it. And if it doesn't, then people won't. But with this one, if it doesn't work, then people will see it because it's live. So yeah, so I'm just going to turn to face all three of us. It's important for the people watching that I haven't asked you what you've chosen to think about. I haven't asked you to think about anything in particular. The things that you've chosen are clearly free choices. You know, I haven't said write anything down and secretly we'll hide it. You know, is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Cool. I haven't asked you to write anything down.
No.
Said pick this, it'll be great and it'll make me look really clever.
No, nothing like that.
Okay. So do me a favour, just for this episode of the web series, just to give everyone an update on it. It's all to do with medical stuff.
Okay. Yep.
And that's the basis for the second book I'm writing as well.
Nice plug there.
Yeah. Hey. So I want you to imagine the last time you went to the doctors, whatever that was for. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Cool. And also, and I would guess that it's probably nothing to do with what you're feeling now.
No.
Cool. Because arguably, if it was, I'd have a much better chance of guessing it. Right? So it's all to do with how you physically remember, for a start. Just to make the temperature is 24 degrees. I'll make it outside, so that gives me a good idea for what the baseline is of everything that's going on in terms of the body's physiognomy. Okay. So it's important that you know that I won't ask you anything direct about, I don't know how to phrase it, but this illness, this thing, whatever it was. But I might ask you to describe certain things. I might ask you to imagine certain things, but it will never be anything direct until I've got a bit of an idea. Yeah. Okay? So all I'm just going to get you to do is just imagine different medical illnesses that you've chosen, right? Yep. Whatever they are, irrespective of whether you've had them or whether you haven't. I mean, if you've had them, great, draw on that real experience. If you haven't, then make it up. Imagine what it would be like to do that. So you go into the doctors with this disease, right? This thing, this whatever's wrong. I still don't know how to phrase it, right? Whatever's wrong with you. Condition. Don't give me any clues. Okay, because you've already told me now it's nothing physical like a sprain or a broken limb or something like that. Right, so this is a condition, which, okay, is cool. So we're going to go through one at a time. Okay, I'm not going to ask you to do anything that would be particularly embarrassing, other than maybe answer a couple of questions about the feelings that are involved. Okay? So just imagine that you had it right now, whatever that is. If I'm not phrasing it right, it's just because I haven't figured out what it is yet. So just bear with me on that, alright? So just imagine what that would be like. Would it affect the way you stand? Would it, I don't know, give you a headache from trying to mask the pain? Would you need to sit down because of it? Don't actually do any of these things, but keep it all inside, alright? Same for you as well. Same for you as well, alright? Just do your level best for it, okay? So when you go in, what's your inclination to do? Do you sit down to talk to them about it, or would you rather stand up to talk to them about it?
Sit down.
Sit down. Okay. When you sit down with it, take this question with a pinch of salt because you're in the doctors, right? But is there a relative notion of comfort when you sit, or is it uncomfortable to sit down?
No, it's okay to sit down.
Okay, cool. Because obviously it depends on your condition. Like when you sit, it's going to affect certain areas of the body. Like if it was a condition up here, it'd be fine to sit. If it was a condition down here, it might be a bit more awkward to sit down because it will put unnecessary strain on these certain things, right? I noticed that you've not wavered from this position at all. So that's either one of two things, right? And you can tell me honestly, you can lie to me, you can not say anything if you want to. But that's either an uncomfort to do with the whole situation, which I would guess is pretty spot on, or whatever this condition is, it's in this area.
More the first one.
More the first one, okay. A little notion of the second one, just because you said more? I mean, you don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me. I'm just trying to fish information out of you, okay? So I would guess then that this would be nothing too serious. I'm saying that categorically, so tell me.
No.
No? Okay, nothing too serious. But then no means it has the potential to become something quite serious, right?
Yes.
So, do me a favour. All I want you to do, like a catwalk, is walk to me as having this illness, and then walk back.
So pretend I've got it right.
Yeah. You don't have, if you can't, that's fine.
I think I'll give it a
Okay, that's cool. Don't say anything else then. Alright? Can you do that?
Yeah.
Give me, like, if you've had it, mask it if you feel that's what you want to do. You just literally gonna walk to me and then walk back to the spot.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready. Cool. And then back you go. Nice. And then say for you as well, dude, if you wouldn't mind. Okay. Excellent. Okay. Cannot move with this. Okay, so one of you guys has got some form of broken bone. I think from this you've got some sort of internal disruption thing going on. Yeah? But answer me honestly, have you had it before?
Yeah.
Okay. It's got to be alcohol poisoning or something like that. No, what is it?
Stomach bug.
Stomach bug. So why would you guys? You can't move and you can't move and give it away. Maybe I'm getting confused. There's definitely a broken limb here. I think that was you as your eyebrows did that thing. Have you got a broken leg? You got a broken leg? Have you got alcohol poisoning? Right, okay, cool. So, is this anything to do with like your asthma that you have, or could be related to that? And I'm saying that be related. Okay, so would this be something like a chest infection? Exactly. Wicked. Nice one. Perfect. So that's exactly how this. You asked for a live demonstration. That was one. I'm kind of pleased that it worked. Bye. Oh, we're gonna go and film something pretty important now. Important to me. This was kind of a jokey setting, but the other one's going to have more of a serious theatrical setting. So watch this space. It'll be coming really soon. Welcome to the new episode of The Deductionist. We're here in not sunny, very windy Edinburgh. We came up to the Fringe this year. It's been a mad one. We saw it as a perfect opportunity to do some filming and shoot some scenes for this month's episode. Remarkably diverse. People from all over the country to this, from all over the world even, come to see the incredible shows that put on every year. And speaking of the variety, we've been in Edinburgh for 2 days now, thousands of people wandering around. I spoke to 2 Scottish people. 2.
So before further ado, I want to bring on your first act. It's the absolutely amazing Mr. Ben Cardall. Give him a round of applause, everybody. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we? Yeah, get on with it. Okay, good. So, first of all, rather than explain what I do, I'm just going to show you what it is I do. I'm going to pick on people in the largely democratic way of you. So, just a simple question to get going. How much do you think I paid for my jacket? 50 quid. She thinks a lot of my career. It's great. 50 quid exactly, or pounds and pence? Yeah? Couldn't give me monkeys. Get on with it. All right. And your name as well? Sarah. Sarah thinks I can afford a £50 jacket. Thanks for coming, Sarah. You didn't want us for my ego. Gentleman there with a marvellous beard totally caught my eye. How much do you think I paid for this jacket? I'll give you a clue this time. All right, I'll give you a clue. You ready? Al? 20 quid. I didn't realise you could see the Primark label, sorry. Is that 20 quid exactly? What's your name as well, mate, so I can keep track of it? James. And let's go. Glasses caught my eye on top of your head right there. She said, "Oh, not me." Doesn't matter, you don't have to get up. You can stay exactly where you are. Same question. Yes, my new best friend for the Edinburgh Festival. What's your name? Denise. Excellent. So this is just so I can keep track of who said what exactly. Now they say that my profession is the most honest profession in the world. I come on stage and I tell you I'm going to lie to you. And I do. So ladies and gents, I've been lying to you. This is actually nothing to do with my fabulous jacket. I was actually testing for criminal behaviour in the room. Everyone's going like this. We actually have somebody who's got a good eye for a steal, don't we? So, ladies and gents, front row, nice peel, right? Because I didn't actually pay for the jacket, so I thought we'd try and link up together using our powers of criminal genius. So I think you'd be the best person to offer me some tips. How do you get those off? But steady, alright? There is a point to this. I'm going to come down and I want you to read the sales label, alright? I want you to shout it loud because you're not mic'd up. My ego won't let you be mic'd up, alright? £50 exactly, ladies and gentlemen. Very good.
0.4 seconds in, I may have lost half a stone in sweat.
This is a man who is putting every single bit of deduction, Holmesian, Sherlockian methods and the madness therein into real life. In the name of entertainment, he's worked as, practically a magician almost, but also with the FBI. He's worked with so many amazing things and he's going to do incredible things for you all. This is Ben Cardall, the Deductionist. I knew I would stumble over that.
So, is there anyone in the audience who is A, a good reader, and B, has a good memory? Nobody, we're all pissed. The hand went up at the back there, somebody there. Yeah, come on up.
I would like you, if I may, to go and choose anybody that you like to come up here and help me with a little demonstration of how the memory works. She does accept bribes, just so you know. Folded money at the ready.
Now we're going to have to share... Oh, I see. Don't wolf whistle the gorilla. Get on with this.
What's your name? Kirsty, nice to meet you, Kirsty. Kirsty, so, were you one of the people that put your hands in the air before? I'm not going to test you, don't worry, there's not an exam. So, you know that once you watch something that much, that your confidence will develop, you become, you step past that point where you just enjoy it and you can bask in the glow that is the Sherlock TV series.
Do you know the books well?
For the Sherlock?
Yeah, the original.
Yes.
None of them. I don't know whose version of it is, but it's the same thing, right? All you need to do is to just confirm that every page is different.
Just confirm that this isn't the same word repeated over and over and over and over again. Right, wait till we get to the end. She's like, Rain Man, 52.
Word for word, punctuation mark for punctuation mark, I've memorised the book. And you're going to test me. So take the book, we're going to stand back to back.
And back to back.
Take this off.
Take the book, and I want you to turn to any page you want. You tell me the page number, and I will tell you what's on the page.
Please, tell me the page number. 49? Perfect. 49. The top two words on page 49 are Sherlock and Holmes, is that right? Yes!
What I want you to do is to turn to any page you like and just tell me the page number.
108.
108. Okay. 108. The first two words right at the top of the 108 are Sherlock and Holmes, is that right?
Yes.
The same word on every page. No, I'm going to try this properly. Okay? Properly. Just in case you think that was a dodgy joke or a starter to get it going, pick a fresh page, pick something else. Any page number?
93.
93. Sure?
Yeah.
Perfect.
We'll go one better. It's a cheap joke, and I thank you for humouring me. So we're going to stand back to back. Cheek to cheek. Okay? Here's what I want you to do. Turn to any page you want in the book. And then tell me the page number. 126. Are you absolutely sure you want page 126? Yeah, you don't want to change your mind?
93. We shall see. He pushed past the servants, is that right?
Yeah.
My God, wow! Yes!
Oh, let me picture this in my mind palace. Shouted first to Gross and Hankies in Regent Street. Is that right? Wow, yes, good work!
Something like that, is that right?
Yes.
Fabulous. See, I didn't really think... Oh, sorry. Excuse me? 111. Okay, it's just going to take me a few minutes to find in my memory palace. 111. continue glancing out of the window or something like that, is that right?
Yeah.
Wow! Amazing!
There is another quote that you'll probably know. I never could resist a touch of the dramatic. Like this memory demonstration that seems awful because I'm cheating. With a book.
Like my glasses that help me read. I know my glasses.
Don't have any glass in them.
And a book that doesn't have any words. Doesn't have the words in it. The glass walk. Who is brave enough to come and confirm that these are exactly what they appear to be?
Tom.
That's democracy for you, Tom, wherever you are. For the love of God, be careful, right?
Yeah, is it?
It's all real glass, all of it?
Yeah.
Excellent.
I mean, it's even still got the wine labels on. Right. So yeah, I'm gonna try that.
But I think that actually does sound, the theme of the night, that sounds too easy.
Shoes off this time?
Disgusting.
I can do it on my hands.
Sounds good.
Alright, cool.
Okay.
Here we go.
But actually, no. I still think that sounds too easy. So I think what we should do is use a gun while we're doing it.
Fuck off.
Right, so what we're going to do is attempt the world famous bullet catch with a handstand. So it's the handstand glass walking bullet catch. So what we need to do here is I need to have someone from the audience just to come here and we need you to sign the bullet. Can you do that? Excellent. So you stand up. Give you a pen. Okay, so we've got the bullet here.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the bullet.
Right.
We take this. We're going to put it inside the gun here. The signature on there. We're going to put that inside the gun. Spin it round. Right. You ready, Ben?
No!
Right.
Here we go. Oh, Jesus. Edinburgh, the birthplace of Arthur Conan Doyle, studied medicine here as well under the tutelage of the legendary Dr. Joseph Bell. Now, through these stories of Conan Doyle's life and the knowledge that Holmes was able to use in the canon itself, we get one of the greatest incarnations of Holmes in the modern period as well, Dr. Gregory House. Is a knowledge and a skill set like that possible today? See what you think.
Good evening, everybody. My name's House, and I'll be your doctor for this evening. Before the show, I had one of my associates, little lackey wherever he is. He's gone around to a few of you who are bored enough to take part, and write down on a little slip of card the last time you were at the doctor's, and a few other details about yourselves. Failing that, I need 4 hands in the air of willing volunteers, and I'll pick you. Or I'll choose the democratic way of dragging you from your chair, kicking and screaming into something that I want to do and you guys don't, which is largely how I understand it most of the American people feel right now. So hands up, who wants to play? Yes, come on up. Yeah. Give him a round of applause as he comes up, ladies and gentlemen. That is trip onto the stage 3 and 4. Now, if you could all get into a straight line so I can relax. OCD is a terrible thing. So let's do this.
Oh, sorry, House should be
I don't actually have a bum leg. So the aim of the game is this. I am the world's greatest diagnostician. No? Okay? Yeah. Thank you. Humor me. Stepping out of character for a moment. The important thing about this is that a character has imagined details. Well, I can look at people and observe traits about them, but if they're imagining something completely different, it becomes that much harder. So these guys have to get whatever you guys wrote down. So we go. There are 4 colors. You'll get a choice. You'll get a choice. You'll get a choice. You, sadly, will not get a choice. There is pink, blue, green, and yellow. There are orange, green, and in pink. Yeah, there's only 3 colors in here that people know.
Yellow.
Go for it. Any yellow one you want. Well, you can't have that now. Blue, any blue one. I did say green.
Green's my favourite.
Magic. Any color. Any one of the any colors that are there. Go for it. You keep it in your tight fist. Next one. What's your name?
John.
John. And what color did you go for, Vlad?
Orange.
Orange. So you can't have orange. You can have green or pink. Any one. Fabulous. And what's your name?
Liz.
Liz. I can spell that. Liz. What did you go for, John?
Pink.
Pink. So you get green. First one up. Step into my office. What is your actual name? Like your name, not your character.
Paddy.
Paddy. So Vlad, what you're going to do is you're going to imagine that you are this person on the card. You're going to take on all of the traits, no matter how many are there or how few. Okay? And so Vlad. And what color did you have again, Vlad?
I got orange.
Orange. You had orange. How's my accent?
Good.
Thanks. You should hear me try and be English. So, Vlad, would you like to just move around in a little circle and imagine you are this person who would walk however they walked? Go. Just in a little circle on the stage. Okay, this is clearly a lady then. Is that right, Vlad?
Yes.
Yes, it is! So Vlad's a lady, Vlad's character's a lady. Okay, now these next questions, they only pertain to your character. Okay? So I want you to look at it and just memorize as many, if not all, of the details you can. I mean, I know you're from Leeds, but it's only like 3 or 4 things. You got it?
Yeah.
Now, yes or no, did this person write a date of birth on there?
Yes.
Excellent. Can you just imagine how old they are? There or thereabouts. I'm not expecting the math to be spot on. Okay? And I just want you to move around in a little circle in that age frame.
Oh. Okay.
Just a little circle. Little circle. Yeah! Way to go, Patty. So, Patty, I have to make notes. It's like my little prescription pad. Patty, circle. Bit poncy. In order to try and do this, I have to try and figure out what you do for a living. So, can you imagine yourself doing whatever this lady does for a living? Go with me on this, all right? So, it's clearly going to be something that, the lady that involves smarts in some way. A lot of information. You imagine a lot of things going on, yeah? Okay, he's keen not to give anything away. He's like a goddamn statue. It's amazing. So smarts, info, something in law, legal, something like this. Is that right? Yes! I would imagine, given that how much you had to think about it, that the age is quite different to yours. So I'd imagine this person being born in the 70s, there or thereabouts. Yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent. Can you imagine the actual month that they were born?
Yeah, got it.
You got it? January, February, March, April, January.
Whoa.
January, yeah, cool. Yeah. It largely works when they're not expecting it. They go, oh! And the disease, can you imagine yourself having this disease that's written on the card? Yeah? No, it's good. He reacted to the word disease, so that's clearly something internal. If it was something else that didn't make any sense to the word disease, he wouldn't have reacted this way. So this is something, a largely internal thing, yes?
Yeah.
Cool. Can you relate to it in any way? You as Vlad, can you relate to it in any way? Yeah, sort of. This is sort of. From drink liver damage. These types of things. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, excellent. Put your card on the table, back to your chair. Thunder us applause for Vlad, the criminal. I'm sure you love it really well. You guys, come on down. I'm going to try and do you both at the same time. That's just how I get down. Okay. Now imagine the illness. Imagine you've got it. Okay, not the one you actually have, the other one. Okay, can you do that for me? Just imagine standing there and having it. Okay, if it would affect you how you move or how you stand. No, so it's not. So it's largely an internal thing then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Some kind of damage to an organ on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. The smile says I'm on the right path. This would be. Can you relate to this in any way?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's got to be liver damage then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Guys, before we get into this, so I can just fire off a lot of questions. Did they leave any parts on the card blank, or are they all filled in?
They didn't put the year through.
Okay. And Liz, did they leave?
Yeah, dream job.
There's no dream job. Okay, cool. John, how similar is the job to what you do for a living?
Not similar at all.
Not similar at all. Not similar. And Michelle, same question. Nope. John had blue. Michelle had green. Can you imagine having the illness that's on the card?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Okay, so the giggles, it's either something you've had or it's something embarrassing.
Yeah.
Okay? Fold the card up though, fold the card up. And can you imagine having the, no, not really, that's cool.
I can try.
Embarrassing also? Okay, good. Somebody's got an STD. Thank you, John. So this is going to be something that is somebody who you imagine to be quite confident. What they do would involve being in and around a lot of people. So yeah, it's sort of along this thing. Now, if I could, can you relate to this person in anything on the cards at all? Can you relate to them at all?
Not specifically.
Not specifically. Okay, so something in sales then, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay, I'll try and do this really quickly. Did they give a specific STD they had? They did. Wow, bless you if you're honest. They were having one. And the job. Can you just show me your hands? Like your actual hands? This is a little weird, but I'm going to stroke you. That's quite soft skin. So the job being entirely different, it'll be quite of a physical nature. Yeah, like a craft or a trade or something like that. Yeah. Can you relate to it in any way?
Some way.
Some way. All right. And you said nope. A mechanic. A mechanic, yeah. And you had crabs, is that right? I mean, not you. I mean your character. Yeah. That's good. There. Think about it. Drop your card on the table as you go back to your seat. Michelle. Mechanic. Crabs. Feels. FYI, my friend with the camera, he's the guy that spoke to everybody, so you might want to give him a wide berth on the way out. Right? Michelle, embarrassing illness, not an STD. I love that you guys are so honest. Did they give a date of birth as well?
Yeah.
Can you do the same thing of walking around a little circle? Imagine how it would be to be that age.
Yeah, okay.
Go for it. Oh, okay. So, cool. This is a man character then, yeah. The details were subtle. Did you see that? Like John Wayne. Right. So. Right. Man with an embarrassing illness that's definitely not an STD. Can you just imagine having it for me right now? Oh, so it's something quite familiar. You've experienced this before. Yeah. Wonderful. Michelle, specifically not you at this time, but my friend was that wrote it down. Did they have the shits? Yeah. Put your card down. John, did they fill? So they did fill in what they wanted to do when they were a kid, yeah? So this will probably give me a clue about that job too. Little boy from your movement. Footballer? Yes, so footballer. Thank you. Footballers usually grow up to be in the trades of some kind, like dealing and building with things. So I'm thinking either like a plumber, a mechanic, or an electrician or something like this.
For occupation.
Yeah. No. All right. Sorry. Didn't mean to offend your way of life, John. Can you imagine having that disease, that illness, that thing, that affliction, whatever they wrote down on the medical bit?
Yeah.
Yes, let's do it. Okay, no, so that's clearly a physical thing. That's far too much of a clue, John. I appreciate the help. So they broke their leg, is that right? Excellent. So, did they fill in when they were last intimate with a person?
They did.
They did. Can you imagine the last time you were intimate with a person if you were this? Yeah, so this wasn't too long ago. This was about 2 or 3 days ago. Yeah, something like that. John, cool. Put your card back down. Liz, they didn't fill in their dream job, so no. I'm just trying to keep track of a shitload, a lot of information. Liz, can you imagine yourself moving as this person around the stage, but also having the whatever they filled in on the medical bit? Okay, cool. Thanks, Liz. That's something guttural. That's something wrong on the inside then, yeah? Is that right? Cool. That's also going to be, I think a man?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Man, guttural. What they do for a living. How similar is it to what you, Liz, do for a living?
Completely opposite.
Completely opposite. So this man would, it'd be something simple, no offense, right? Be something simple like, something easy to do like, on tills or stacking shelves or something like that. Yeah, excellent. Okay, you guys see this every day, that's cool. I appreciate the one again, the one Scottish applause. Okay, so can you imagine what's wrong with them was guttural. So it's quite embarrassing, is that right? Yeah. I'm just going to confirm from when she comes back to the chair, she doesn't have this. You don't have this, do you?
No.
No, she doesn't have it. Did this guy have the shits? Yes! No choice. And got pink. Now Barry, with the character that's on there, my accent slipped, with the character that's on there, are you happy with the choice? Are you at least familiar with all of the details that are on there? Fantabulous. Can you do me a little favor? And first of all, did they write in the same sort of details? Okay. From now on, if I ask you any question, you say nothing out loud, you don't even nod your head. I want you to be the quintessential British. You know? Right? So just where you are, in place. Imagine yourself doing the job that's written on the card. That's fine. And just imagine the tasks that, even if you don't do it, I'm sure it'll raise up some sort of model of the world. Yeah? And then the illness that's on there, imagine having it. Smiles. Guarding his crotch. Okay. So either one of two things. Either the illness is something that makes it difficult to move, or it's, there it is. I was gonna say, or it's something you've had before. Okay, so no, stop doing that. That helps. I mean, I appreciate the help, but it takes the challenge out of it a little bit. That's called telling me the answer. So, okay, let's do this now. Picture yourself having this disease, this illness, this thing, this affliction, whatever's wrong with it. And it rang a bell, so it's with a limb then, yes? Is that right? Yeah, see, you fell into that trap. You're not supposed to answer. I would say the job as well is specifically very people-oriented. To do with sales, maybe. And the disease you have is, I think you broke something. I love that he's a statue now. Okay, I'm committed. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. Sales, specifically a man character that wrote it down, and broken leg. Bit of a guess, but broken leg. Is that right? Yes! Put your card on the table. See, proof anybody waited in an NHS for more than 3 hours to just go home? You need people like me in there, I'm telling you.
Right. Bit of backstory on this. I turned up tonight and Phil said, we're doing a bullet catch. Okay. What did you write on again? Because I've got to keep my eyes peeled for it. Big dick. Big dick. Right.
You got
So,
enough room?
if I do this handstand, right? Fuck it, let's just see what happens.
Right, so Ben is going to walk on the glass, on his hands, and catch your bullet in his mouth. Right, you ready, Ben?
Hopefully.
God.
No way.
No way.
I'm ready for you, Phil.
You ready?
Sorry. Here we go. Oh, Jesus.
You ready?
Oh, nicely done.
Oh, fuck.
Stop it, Phil! No!
Right, fuck. You are an idiot. Right, this is what happens when Ben falls over on the glass. Right, Nick, you're going to come in. Who's quite light? Who's quite small?
I'm quite light.
You? The dog. Come in, the dog. Stand on his face. Stand on his face. He has to be punished when the trick goes wrong.
There's something in his mouth. He's coming to you. Hands.
Dig into the mouth.
Oh, he's glad.
Did I get the right one?
Was that your bullet? Yeah! Come on, Ben, everybody! You've been an absolutely fantastic audience. Give it up for your last act tonight, Mr. Ben Cardall.
Yay!
Hey, nice for all the episodes tonight.
I'm going to use you and somebody else for this, if that's all right. Come in closer. I need you to think of a weapon. And it could be anything. It can be as ridiculous as a flamethrower. It can be as inconspicuous as a pen.
Do I tell you, or do I think it?
Just think it, just for the moment, right?
Got it.
And then what I need you to do for me, a rope weapon, just so you don't forget. And be careful with that because it's permanent thing. But just write it down clearly so that you don't have to say to who you choose what it is, they can just read it. Rip off that sheet of paper and fold it up and keep it in your hand for now. I'll take the pad. Thank you. Bear with me. Did you see anything through that? Okay, let's try the other side just in case.
Yep.
Perfect.
I want you to, in a second, go and stand just on the floor, looking out at everybody, okay? And then I want you to, not facing me, bear in mind, then I want you to get a direction in mind of who you're going to murder with this weapon, okay? And then my job as the detective is to find you afterwards, blindfolded, okay? But I'm going to put that on, obviously, before you move, all right? So all I want you to do is to go down there and just think about the direction you're going to go. Okay. Now, in your own time, go and give them the weapon. She's already on to clue number 1. Now, I need your help to just come down these steps, because it's absolutely terrifying to do in the dark.
Okay, step. Step. Step.
There's no real way for me to know at this point, obviously, other than she went a few steps that way, but then it goes to carpet, she could have gone anywhere. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Perfect. Here goes. Right. Question number 1 is for you. I'm going to talk loudly so everybody else can hear, but it's going to feel like I'm shouting. Okay? So when, just a yes or no, and I'd like you to lie to me or tell me the truth.
Okay.
Okay? Yes or no, when you decided the direction you were going to go, is it based on a person in particular that you eyed from a distance?
Yes.
Okay? Look at all of you beautiful people. Okay. So, you could... no, I'm second guessing myself now. I'm telling you not to, because you could have given it to one of you guys on the way back. Because you mentioned the shoes. When you chose the weapon, did you choose it, yes or no, for dramatic effect?
Yes.
I feel that was true. I feel the first one was a lie. You had a direction in mind, and then the person sprang out. Would be more of a better. I didn't take English lessons, clearly. So I'm going to go wandering, and it's at this point that the person with the weapon begins to feel a little nervous, because there's a hairy, tattooed man heading towards you somehow. So everybody, just look at me. I'm saying it's none of these guys so far, truthfully. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody look at me. Just focus on whether you've just been murdered or not. How you were murdered. Somebody can ask why you were murdered. Just wanted to see a talk from a deductionist. I didn't know I was going to get murdered. Nerves set in a little bit. Now these are all quite happy, comfortable, smiling faces. So I'm saying it's none of these people. Is that right?
Do I have to answer?
Please.
Okay, yeah, no, it's none of those people.
Okay. That just leaves you. So, not you, so we're one of these people. Yeah? No! Do me a favour, just think about how you would use the weapon. Just don't move, right? But think about the action that it would take to use it. Alright? Try not give anything away. See, immediately like that, yes, camera, I love it! Immediately, when we have that happen, it's like trying to not give anything away.
Think of pink elephants.
Yeah, think of pink elephants. But also think of whatever it was you would have to use your arms to use, because this is all this, trying not to make these conspicuous. So I'm saying whatever the weapon was, it's largely you can hit somebody with.
Yeah.
Okay, not you, one of you guys. I want to stay here, these people behind me. Is that right?
Yep.
Nothing to hide, therefore I don't need to feign anything, okay? This row.
Yes.
Did they look at what the weapon was?
I didn't pay attention.
Okay?
I neither saw nor observed.
No, just through my ways I go. The large way to do this, we have to memorize the people that are in the room. We have to memorize reactions
personality types, how they move, how they are when they're comfortable. We have to develop a baseline that most people do with a computer, and I'm trying to do with about 4,000 people. I'm not exactly sure of the entire capacity. One of these people. Yeah. And, one of these two.
Who are you pointing at? Yes.
As we know it's one of you two now, when I turn around, can you just look at one way? Then you ask me a question. Okay? And I'll do this. Could somebody let me know when she's done?
She's done.
Yeah, you. So I found your victim.
I think it's largely brutal to have murdered them with a sledgehammer, though. Yeah?
As a deductionist, mind reader, mentalist, whatever word you want to call it, there's one salient truth that goes along with it all, is that we as a group try to, through various earthly means, see, hear, read things that are invisible. We try to read things that are invisible, things that cannot be seen normally. Someone's thoughts. Our mental health plays a very big part in what can and cannot be seen. So in order for this next experiment to work, I'm going to have to manipulate the way a whole lot of people see things. Because if it's not given some sort of control, then it can lead to be a pretty big killer. Many have fallen foul of this already, and many more will if something isn't done. And it's something that I believe that the great man, even Sherlock Holmes, would struggle to see. Right. So what we've got is an array of people from all walks of life, right? I want you to just take a few moments, genuinely, to just have a look at each one in detail. Some you'll recognise, some you won't, right? Some names have been changed for anonymity purposes, because some things might be to do with personally them, and I don't want, as I'm putting this out on the internet, I don't want it to be backtracked in case they don't want it, I encroach on any laws or whatever. So just take a few moments. I'm going to step back. You're just going to look over all of them, see what details jump out at you, see what details don't, and then I'm going to ask you about, let's call them positive people, and let's call it the negative side, because there's going to be two distinct groups. Okay? I'm trying to not lead as much in my language as possible, but it's important, like I said before we go into this, that I've not said to you, be it sport, just choose this name or choose this person. You've got free decisions of not only who you choose, but how many of them you want to pick up.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you just get a few moments of that till you're happy that you've looked over them all. I'll just stand at one side and I'll shut my mouth. Okay. Cool. Right. So, yes or no, have you got a few negative names in mind?
Yeah.
Yeah? How many? Just clarify.
2.
2. Perfect. Right? And at this stage, there's no way for me to know precisely who they are. Is that correct?
Correct.
Perfect. So, I'm just going to pick up this one, right?
Okay.
So, was this one of your positive or negative names?
It's a positive.
It's a positive. So what jumps out at you that's particularly positive about this person?
Just looks friendly.
Looks friendly?
Yeah. Got a nice
Cool. Nice smile.
on her.
Natural.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, logic dictates, with there only being 2 that you've chosen, I could pick any of them. Let's go with this guy, right? Positive or negative? I could go out on a limb and say it was one of the positive ones, as you've only picked 2. Yeah? Okay. So, what strikes you about this guy in a positive nature then?
Off the picture, he just looks like a genuine.
Just a genuine, humble bloke.
Yeah.
I mean, don't let me put words in your mouth.
No, that's what I was aiming for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So, do you recognise many of these people? Hopefully, you will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you recognise that guy over there? Yeah. I would ask you what screams out positively about this, but you didn't choose me as a negative one, did you?
No, but I'm starting to.
Okay. That's my security badge picture.
That is a proper mugshot.
Yeah, it is a proper mugshot. That's my security badge picture. Okay, so rather than me just go through 28 times and fail, tell me the 2 people that you chose negatively.
John and Jordan.
Where's John? This John?
Yeah, and
Jordan?
yeah.
Right. So what strikes you negatively about these 2? I mean, I could think what strikes negatively about this guy, but again, I don't want to put words in your mouth. I'm asking you for your thought process.
Just a smile on that one.
Smile on that one?
Yeah.
And this guy?
Same again. The smile looks a bit forced on that.
Okay,
one.
so I'm going to put these ones up here on the arm, right? And I'm going to draw your attention to this. I don't want to touch it, but if you would just pick it up and take out what's inside. 2 pictures, both. If you want to take the post-it notes off, so take the post-it notes all the way off so we can see.
So they're the 2 I've just taken out the envelope.
And just for
There's nothing else in there.
yeah.
We're empty.
I love this sort of dramatic sentiment that many people do of
I wanted to.
as if to overstate. No, it's my house, I can get away with it. So, I asked you initially to split these guys up into positive and a negative group, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you did.
Yep.
You did exactly that. But you did it backwards.
Okay.
Because these are negative people, but they never killed anyone. This guy's apparently he was a really famous robber,
Right.
and the Wolf of Wall Street, you might know of him, never actually killed anyone. Which raises interesting questions, doesn't it? Now, like I said, you shouldn't feel bad about any of this, right? And neither should the people at home, because they'll be thinking the same thing. I blatantly manipulated the way you were going to think about this. Blatantly. There's one more killer amongst these lovely people, and something that I would argue even Sherlock himself couldn't see, because he maybe had a touch of it himself. It's somewhat of an invisible disease that affects all walks of life. From anyone, from the young to the old, to the tall, to the short. Everyone faces a struggle. So in short, I reckon we should always be nice, because somebody is always facing a battle that we don't truly understand, ourselves included.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude.